So we discussed homeostasis. Skin का structure हमने discuss किया था, and I asked you to draw and identify the structure of skin. If I draw that again, you know it has an outer layer, okay? It's an outer layer. Then we have another layer. Then we have another layer. And we have another layer here. Within this layer, we have some additional structures. We have yeah. Okay, and we have okay. So you will also see so I will write letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or H, I, J, K, L, and M. Okay, and M. Can you identify these structures?
Sir, A is cornified layer.
Let me write that. So you said A is
Cornified layer.
yes, cornified layer. That's correct. What is B?
Granular
Magnesium.
layer.
Granular layer. Great. What is C?
Malpighian layer.
Yes, germinative layer or Malpighian layer. What is D?
Sweat duct.
Yes, D is sweat duct, and E is
Sweat gland.
sweat gland. And if it is here, so that will be sweat core. Okay. F is artery, and G is vein. We do not need to know the name of an artery and a vein. Just writing an artery and a vein is just sufficient. And H is hair
Hair follicle.
follicle. And what is an I? Hair shaft. What is J? Sebaceous gland. And what is K?
Hair erector muscles.
Yes. Hair erector muscle. And what is L?
Sensory neuron.
Yes. And what is M? Nerve ending. Fatima Mudassir. Just writing nerve ending is not sufficient. You should write receptor. Though nerve ending is not wrong, but actually this is a receptor. This may be a nerve ending. And what is N? Adipose layer or adipose tissue. This is a fat deposit beneath this dermis. और यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक ये जो सारी लेयर है, this is dermis, और ये वाली जाएंगे ये तीन, this one after. So this is structure of skin. Now we will look at the role of skin in thermoregulation. पहले हम देखते हैं role of negative feedback in thermoregulation. If I plot a graph showing body temperature on this axis and maybe an external temperature like hot external temperature and cold external temperature. If someone is playing in the hot summer outside, what will happen to the body temperature or the skin temperature? Do you think the body temperature will slightly rise above this normal body temperature, which is 37 degrees Celsius? So this slight rise in temperature acts as a stimulus. ये stimulus के तौर पे काम करेगा. This is stimulus. You know, how do we define the stimulus? Isn't that change from the normal or change from the set point? ये जो change from the set point है ना, this is known as stimulus. So change from the set point is called stimulus. ये set point. Or this is normal. Change from the normal is known as stimulus. अब ये stimulus detect कौन करता है?
Receptors.
Yes. This is number 2. And this is receptor. And what is the receptor? A cell, tissue, or an organ which detects a stimulus. Okay? Is a receptor. It also fires off nerve impulses, और ये जो nerve impulses हैं, they are carried to what part of the body? ये कहाँ जाएंगी nerve impulses? Receptor से yes, you can say brain or
So
part
the
of the
central
brain.
nervous system.
You can say central nervous system, but very precisely, it is hypothalamus. Central nervous system is okay, brain is okay, but precisely, it is actually hypothalamus. This is number 3. What is hypothalamus? A part of the forebrain involved in homeostasis. Got it? अच्छा, अब hypothalamus से क्या होता है? Nerve impulses are carried to various parts of the body, and as a consequence, sweating increases, muscles relax, vasodilation, hair flatten on the skin, and metabolism slows down. All these events, they lose more heat and gain less. So the temperature returns back to the normal. So this actually is number 5. Number 4 is corrective events. Corrective events. Any events in the body that bring the deviation back to the normal. And what is number 5? Number 5 is response. इसी तरह से if someone is playing in the cold, तो temperature पहले decrease करेगा. This is detected by the receptors. The message is sent to the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus sends message to various parts of the body where sweating decreases, muscle contraction increases, metabolism increases, hair stand erect, and this returns back to the normal body temperature. So this is negative feedback. Role of negative feedback in homeostasis. So let's see how each of these events that helps maintenance of body temperature. For example, if I draw a table, so this is hot climate and this is cold climate. So सबसे पहले हम डिस्कस करते हैं blood vessels in the skin. क्या होता है जी blood vessels in the skin, in the dermis? What happens in the hot? In the hot, vasodilation, and in cold, vasoconstriction. The first thing we need to know is vasodilation and vasoconstriction. You know, vaso means vessel and dilation is widening. Similarly, vaso means vessel and constriction means narrow. Okay, so क्या होता है कि blood vessels flowing toward the skin, अगर मैं ये skin draw करूं यहाँ पे, this is skin here and this is, you know, ये epidermis है और ये dermis है, and there are blood vessels here. So this is narrowing of blood vessel here. This is narrowing here. If it is narrowing here, what will happen to the blood flow towards the skin? Will that blood flow increase or decrease?
Say decrease.
Decreases. इधर जो blood flow है वो कम हो जाएगा. इससे क्या होगा? If less blood flow takes place, consequently what will happen? Less heat carried here and this heat loss जो है इसको क्या होगा? बढ़ेगी कम होगी? What will happen to this heat loss? This decreases. सर्दी में heat loss जो है वो decrease हो जाएगा. If we look at in the hot weather, on the other hand, this will have, you know, this way. So this is widening here, vasodilation. So as a consequence, what will happen to the blood flow? Flow beneath the skin increases. It carries more heat or less heat to the skin. It carries more heat to the skin. So what will happen to the heat loss? Will that increase or decrease?
Say
Heat loss?
increase.
Yes, heat loss increases. ये है rule of vasodilation and vasoconstriction. Let's see the role of here. If this is, for instance, the skin, and these are here, so here flatten on the skin surface. Here flatten on the skin surface. If you look at in the cold weather, so they stand erect. ठीक है, आप किसी जगह पे हूं और सख्त आंधी आ जाए, तूफान आ जाए, आपके पास दो ऑप्शन है. एक ये कि आप खुले में बीच पे चले जाएं, या फिर उसके साथ दूसरी तरफ एक थिक फॉरेस्ट है. तो वेयर यू वुड लाइक टू गो, ऑन अ सैंडी बीच और इन अ thick forest?
Thick forest.
जी मनिया खान, why forest? फॉरेस्ट बेटा इसलिए कि जब विंड करंट्स आएंगे ऐसे, तो ये जो हेयर हैं और ये जो ट्रीज हैं, दे वुड obstruct the wind currents, और एज ए कंसिक्वेंस जो विंड वेलोसिटी है वो कम हो जाएगी. और अगर स्किन के केस में देखें तो एयर इज ट्रैप्ड हियर, एयर इज trapped in between the hair. इससे क्या होगा? Air becomes warm. Air becomes warm around the skin. इससे मुझे बताइए कि अगर स्किन के गिर्द जो है वो एयर वार्म हो जाए तो बॉडी से जो हीट लॉस है वो बढ़ेगा कि कम होगा?
So it would decrease.
यस, हीट लॉस कम हो जाएगा क्योंकि जो इनसाइड और आउटसाइड जो हीट का डिफरेंस है, यानी नंबर 3, हीट डिफरेंस बिटवीन इनसाइड एंड आउटसाइड, वो कम हो जाएगा. हम ये जो जर्सियां, स्वेटर्स और जैकेट्स पहनते हैं वो क्या करती हैं? वो भी तो एयर ट्रैप कर लेती है ना. ये जो वूल की जर्सी हम पहनते हैं, दैट ट्रैप्स एयर in the surrounding of our skin, so that has a warm air. So heat difference between inside the body and outside the body, that reduces, and blowing wind does not directly come in contact with the skin, so heat loss जो है वो reduce हो जाएगा. यहाँ पे अलबत्ता क्या होगा, जब हेयर फ्लैटन होंगे तो जो blowing wind है that would carry the warm air away from the surrounding. मतलब सर्दी में अगर हम जो जैकेट्स हैं और जो वार्म क्लोथिंग है वो अगर हम रिमूव कर दें तो हमें ठंड ज्यादा लगेगी कि कम लगेगी? ज़ाहिर ज्यादा ठंड लगेगी. क्यों ज्यादा ठंड लगेगी? कि डायरेक्टली जो कोल्ड एयर है that will come in contact with the skin and that will carry heat away, maintaining the heat gradient steeper. So heat loss from the body that will increase. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will continue with this homeostasis in the next class. और फिर उसके बाद हम nervous coordination शुरू करेंगे. Hope you are enjoying the lessons.